Good afternoon. Welcome to Zoology first year class. I will start the next LAQ. The parasites. The first LAQ yesterday, last class we discussed. Next second LAQ from the parasite Plasmodium vivax. How the Plasmodium vivax life cycle is there we discuss afterwards. The one by one I'll take the Plasmodium life cycle. Plasmodium. Next parasite, Plasmodium vivax. This Plasmodium vivax belongs to the protozoa, and this Plasmodium vivax completes the life cycle in the two hosts. That's why it is called as a digenetic parasite. This one is the digenetic parasite. It completes the life cycle in two hosts. That's why we call it as a digenetic. Entamoeba is the monogenetic parasite. It is present in only the human. That's why we call it as a monogenetic parasite. But here the Plasmodium vivax is present in the not present. It completes the life cycle in the two hosts. First one is called as a mosquito. Primary host is the mosquito, and the secondary host is the man. Here, this one is the mosquito is the primary host, and the secondary host is the man. Which mosquito? Female Anopheles mosquito, not the mosquitoes. Here it is a female Anopheles mosquito. It is a digenetic parasite. That's why it completes the life cycle. The completion of the life cycle, it requires the two hosts. Primary host is called as a mosquito. Secondary host is man. In the man where the Plasmodium is present means Plasmodium is present inside of the man. The liver cells is present in the liver cells are also called as a hepatocytes. Liver cells are also called as a hepatocytes, and they also present in the erythrocytes, means RBC. Inside of the erythrocytes or RBC, they are present. Inside of the liver cell or erythrocytes, they undergoes the asexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction of the Plasmodium is occur in the mosquito. The asexual reproduction is present in man. That is where in the liver cells as well as erythrocyte RBC. Next, the asexual reproduction is present in the asexual reproduction in man. This is one LAQ. Asexual reproduction in man is the one LAQ. The sexual reproduction in mosquito is the one LAQ. First, we are going to discuss about the asexual reproduction in man. In the man, asexual reproduction present in the either liver cell or the inside of the erythrocyte, means RBC. That process we call as a schizogony. Schizogony. Here, the inside of the man, the asexual reproduction we call as a schizogony. If the schizogony is occur inside of the hepatocytes, are also called as a liver cells. Hepatocytes or the liver cells, they are present. That we call as a hepatic schizogony. Hepatic schizogony. If it is present in this schizogony only, present inside of the erythrocytes are also called as a RBC. Erythrocytic schizogony, they are called as a erythrocytic. Means Inside of the man, asexual reproduction is occur. Asexual reproduction process we call as a schizogony. Schizogony is occur inside of the liver cell, or also called as a hepatocytes. Then we call it as a hepatic schizogony. If it is occur in the RBC or erythrocytes, that we call as a erythrocytic schizogony. Next, the hepatic schizogony is having the two cycles are there: pre-erythrocytic cycle and the exoerythrocytic cycle. Pre-erythrocytic and exoerythrocytic cycle. Here in the hepatic schizogony, two cycles are there. In the erythrocytic schizogony, only one cycle is present. This is about the schizogony. Here, next, the how it is occur means first the infected, the infected mosquito bites the man. Infected Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito bites the man. Bites the man. Through the saliva is containing the number of sporozoites are present. They are having the saliva is containing the infected mosquito saliva is having the 2000 the sporozoites are present. These 2000 sporozoites, when the mosquito bites, then they enter into the bloodstream of the man. Then this cycle will be started. First cycle is called as a pre-erythrocytic life cycle, and second is called as the exoerythrocytic life cycle. Third one is called as a erythrocytic cycle. Asexual reproduction in man, we discuss about the three cycles. They are these three. First, we are going to discuss about the pre-erythrocytic cycle. First, separately, I'll take all the cycles. Afterwards, combinedly, I'll draw the three diagrams together. Here, first, I'll explain the pre-erythrocytic cycle. When the infected mosquito, Plasmodium infected mosquito bites the man, the sporozoites are enter into the bloodstream of the man. Within half an hour, they enter inside of the liver cells. Means they first attack the sporozoites are attack the liver cell. Every time, see this one, liver cell means that like this I am drawing, the RBC means round shape. Here, the hexagonal shape is there, that indicates the liver cell. If it is this one is the liver cell, and this one is the RBC, or also called as the erythrocytes. Here, see. Pre-erythrocytic cycle, it is started with the liver cells, means the when the mosquito bites the man through the bloodstream, within half an hour, they reaches the liver and they attack the new hepatocyte, or also called as a new liver cell. This one is hepatocyte, are also called as a hepatocyte, are also called as a liver cell. It's also called as a liver cell. First, they attack the liver cell, and which one is attacked? The 2000, the sporozoites are present inside of the saliva. When the mosquito bites the man, that enter into the bloodstream of the man. Within half an hour, they attack to the liver cell, and this we call as a sporozoite. Sporozoite enter inside of the liver cell and form it as a the next stage that we call as a trophozoite stage. Trophozoite stage. This trophozoite stage take the content of the liver cell inside of the liver cell. The content is there. That content they can take and form it as a big, attain maximum size that we call as a giant. They attain the maximum size that we call as a giant. Giant inside of that nucleus is undergoes several mitotic division, and after that cytoplasm also divided. Each and every daughter nuclei takes the cytoplasmic bed and form it as a number of daughter individuals are formed. This is called as a cytogony. After the cytogony, they are releasing the number of the daughter individuals are released that we called as a cryptozoites. Are also called as a first generation merozoites. First generation merozoites. This one is about the pre-erythrocytic cycle. This completes the this cycle completes within 8 days. Here, this is about the pre-erythrocytic cycle. Pre-erythrocytic cycle is present inside of the liver cell. They are first started with the sporozoite, ends with the cryptozoites. Next, before the discussing of the exoerythrocytic cycle, what is the prepatent period we are going to discuss? Prepatent period. What it is means, prepatent period means the time interval between the first entry of the plasmodium as a sporozoite and second entry. That duration we call as a prepatent period. Simply we call it as a prepatent period means the completion of the pre-erythrocytic cycle, how much duration is occur, that we call as a prepatent period. Otherwise, the time interval between the first entry of the plasmodium and the second appearance of the plasmodium, that we call as a prepatent period. Here, next cycle, this is the hepatic cytogony. Second one is called as a exoerythrocytic cycle. Before that, the pre-erythrocytic cycle forming the cryptozoites are there. These cryptozoites are having the two options. Some cryptozoites are enter directly. Cryptozoites, they are enter directly to the means the RBC. The next, some are enter inside of the one more liver cell that we call it as a hepatocyte. Same, the diagram is same, but the names will be changed. See this one, the same diagram, the names will change. These are the, otherwise if we take the another color. These are the cryptozoites, no? Cryptozoites and trophozoite. Same, this one is also Shijant. Same diagram, before diagram. Shijogony. Next, they are releasing here. Some are having the smaller in size, some are having the bigger daughter individuals are, some are smaller and some are bigger. Smaller one is called as a macro metacryptozoites. Macro metacryptozoites. Smaller one is called as a micro metacryptozoites. Which one is attacked? Cryptozoites. Cryptozoites are attacked to the liver cell and form it as a round structure that we call as the trophozoites. Trophozoites. This is form it as a Shijant undergoes Shijant. Shijant undergoes the Shijogony. Shijogony and releasing of the daughter individuals, they are called as a normally metacryptozoites. These metacryptozoites, some are smaller, that we call as a micro metacryptozoites. Some are larger, that we call as a macro metacryptozoites. Micro metacryptozoites, they are directly enter inside of the RBC. They attack the one RBC, and the macro metacryptozoites, again they enter inside of the one more liver cell and performing the exoerythrocytic cycle. Here, this one is about the second cycle, and it takes the duration only 2 days. The pre-erythrocytic cycle, it takes the 8 days, but the exoerythrocytic cycle, it takes the duration, completes the life cycle in 2 days. Clear? Which one is released? Lastly, metacryptozoites are also called as a secondary merozoites are releasing in this one. They are called as a micro metacryptozoites and the macro metacryptozoites. Micro metacryptozoites, every time they enter, they attack the RBC. Macro metacryptozoites, they continue the one more hepatic or erythrocytic cycle. Next is this hepatic Shijogony is finished. Next, the erythrocytic Shijogony, that we call as a erythrocytic cycle. That erythrocytic cycle. This is also called as a Golgi cycle. This is described by the Golgi. That's why sometimes they are asked Golgi cycle. Here, this is present inside of the erythrocyte. That's why we call it as a erythrocytic cycle. This is described by the Golgi. That's why Golgi cycle means here it is started with it is started erythrocyte means every time the round in shape, the erythrocyte is attack the erythrocyte. Which one is attacking? This one means either cryptozoite, either this is called as a cryptozoite, first generation, first merozoite are also called as a cryptozoite. After the pre-erythrocytic cycle, the cryptozoites are there. That cryptozoite may be attacked or micro metacryptozoites. Micro metacryptozoites attack the RBC and form it as the same like in the liver cell, how it is formed. Here also they are formed it as the trophozoite stage. Trophozoite stage is formed, and after that they are formed as the finger-like structure is formed. Means the inside of the trophozoite stage, the vacuole is formed. This vacuole push the cytoplasm and the nucleus one side. and form it as a finger ring-like structure that we call as a signet ring stage. Here, I'll write it here. This one is called as a trophozoite stage. Trophozoite stage. In the trophozoite stage, the air bubble-like vacuole is formed. The vacuole is formed. Vacuole push the cytoplasm and the nucleus one side and form it as a finger ring-like structure. That's why this we call as a signet ring stage. After that, after the forming of the signet ring stage, they are lose the vacuole and forming of the pseudopodia. The comparatively here, they are this one is drawn larger. Why means they are double in size. Here in this time, in this stage, the hypertrophy, they becomes as a double in size. They are irregular shape means they are having the amoeba shape, and inside of that surrounding of that Schaffner's darts are present. In this time, hypertrophy are occur, and also in this time, the Schaffner's darts are occur. That is continued in the Giant stage also. The space is not there. I will wait. I will draw like this. Space is not enough. Draw down. Schaffner's darts. This is called as a Giant. This is amoeboid stage. Merozoites. This one is the Rossetti stage. Hemozyne. This liquid is there that we call as a hemozyme. Next, which one? Here the make micrometacryptozoids of the exoerythrocytic cycle, or the cryptozoids of the pre-erythrocytic cycle. They attack the RBC and form it as the round structure that we call as a trophozoite. Trophozoite, the inside of that, the vacuole, air bubble like vacuole is formed that pushes the cytoplasm and nucleus one side and form it as a ring-like structure that we call a signet ring stage. Immediately, the signet ring stage, lose the vacuole and form it as a pseudopodia. It is form it as a amoeba-like structure that we call as the amoeboid stage. In this stage, they can take the parasite, take the content of the RBC, total content of the RBC they can take and form it as a round structures or appear on the surface of the RBC. And also in this time only, the RBC becomes as a double in size. That condition we call as a hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. What is hypertrophy means? When the parasite is present inside of the cell becomes as a double in size. That we call as hypertrophy. That is the cell size will be increased and also the dots are appear on the surface. That dots we call as a Scheffner's dots, and they are formed as the next after the amoeboid stage. They lose the pseudopodia and form it as a round structure that we call as a chyjan. Inside of the chyjan, the nucleus undergoes the several mitotic divisions. That is followed by the cytoplasmic division and form it as a number of daughter individuals are formed. These forming daughter individuals are arranged like a rose petal like. That's why we call as a rosette stage. How many are present means the 12 to 24 merozoites are arranged as a rose-like structure that we call as a rosette stage. Next, these parasites means inside of the Pygeant time, and this parasite is taken in the hemoglobin. For example, this one, the hemoglobin is there. Hemoglobin is having the two proteins are there, heme part and the globin part. Here, the heme part is present and also globin part is present. Globin part total taken by the parasite. Parasite is taken the globin part as a food, and the heme part is like that only. That heme part is a soluble heme is converted into the hemozyme. Here, hemozyme. Heme is converted soluble. Heme is converted into insoluble hemozyme. This is also called as a malarial pigment. This is mainly the hemozyme is released that day. Fever and chills will come in the patient. Means after that chyjan undergoes the form it as a daughter individuals rosette stage. Where after the rosette stage, the RBC will be breakdown, burst, and releasing of the number of merozoites along with the hemozyme. Here, this hemozyme is releasing that day. The fever and chills will be reoccur. That is about the erythrocytic cycle. This erythrocytic cycle takes the 48 hours or 2 days it will take. Here, this is about the erythrocytic cycle, or also called as a Golgi cycle. Next, together I will draw the diagram. Try to observe this diagram. I'm drawing together total the erythrocytic cycle, pre-erythrocytic cycle, exoerythrocytic cycle, and the erythrocytic cycle. This one is the signet ring stage. After that, amoeboid stage. Next, this one is Shaijant. Next, Rosette stage. After that, merozoites. This one is erythrocytic cycle. You can draw like this or separately. You can draw. Both of them are correct only. Erythrocytic. Trophozoite. Signet ring stage. Amoeboid stage. Same amoeboid stage. Shaijant. Rosette stage. Next, here the liver cycle, that means the pre-erythrocytic cycle. This one is the sporozoite, trophozoite stage, and this one is the Shaijant and the Shaijogani, and they are releasing the cryptozoites. Cryptozoites. Shaijant, Shaijogani, Shaijant, trophozoite, this is sporozoite. These cryptozoites enter into the next cycle that is called as a exoerythrocytic cycle. Same like this only, but here called as a, these are the cryptozoites, trophozoite stage, and the Shaijant, Shaijogani, and the releasing macro as well as micro structures, micro metacryptozoites. These are means the cryptozoites are directly enter into the RBC. That's why I give the arrow mark. Next, incubation period. The time interval between the entry of the plasmodium inside of the blood and the symptoms are appear, that period we call as the incubation period. Means the entry of the, means the time interval between entry of plasmodium in the form of sporocyte, in the form of and symptoms they occur. Symptoms appear. First time symptoms appear. First time symptoms appear is called as the incubation period. It is the prepatent period, means the entry of the first entry between the first entry of the plasmodium in the form of the sporocyte and the second entry is called as a prepatent period. Incubation period means the time interval between the entry of the plasmodium in the form of the sporocyte and first times the symptoms are occur or also called symptoms are appear. That period is called as the incubation period. That is, the duration of incubation period is the 10 to 14 days. The prepatent period, the duration is only 8 days. Means here the incubation period simply we called as the completion of the pre-erythrocytic cycle, exoerythrocytic cycle, and the erythrocytic cycle. That we call as that total duration is called as incubation period. In the after the prepatent period, no symptoms are appear, no clinical symptoms are appear. But in this time, in the symptoms are appear, that we call as the incubation period. Next, the last this in this topic, the last one is the formation of gametocytes. Means last this one is first we discuss about the erythrocyte, pre-erythrocytic cycle, exoerythrocytic cycle, prepatent period. Next, the erythrocytic cycle, incubation period. Last is the formation of gametocytes. Means the normally after the erythrocytic cycle, the merozoites are released, or the after the merozoites are released, these merozoites are again they enter into the new fresh RBC normally several times they enter into the RBC. After that, they can reach to the blood cells and they are transformed it as these merozoites are transformed it as gametocytes. The entry of the erythrocytic cycles are there. Then the merozoites are formed as gametocytes. These gametocytes are two types are formed. The inside of the RBC only the gametocytes are formed. These gametocytes first we call as microgametocytes. Two types are there. They are called as microgametocytes, are also called as microgametocytes are called as male gametocytes. Male gametocytes. Next, second type is called as the macrogametocytes. Bigger is called as macrogametocytes. Are also called as the female gametocytes. Female gametocytes. Yeah, like this. The merozoites are normally, every time they enter into the new RBC, they are releasing the merozoites after the completion of the erythrocytic cycle. The erythrocytic cycle, merozoites are released. These merozoites are, they goes to the fresh RBC and performing the erythrocytic cycle. They are performing the several erythrocytic cycle. After that, they are formed as a gametocytes inside of the RBC only. They are formed as a gametocytes. These gametocytes are two types are there. They are called as a microgametocytes, are also called as a male gametocytes. Second one is called as a macrogametocytes. These are present inside of the blood of man, ready to enter inside of the mosquito. When the mosquito bites the man, along with the blood, these microgametocytes are enter inside of the mosquito. This is about the last, the formation of gametocytes. Here, I will briefing this one. The about the man phase, are also called as the life cycle of Plasmodium in man. Here, life cycle of Plasmodium in man. Sometimes they are asking man phase of the Plasmodium. Man phase. Here, in this, what are the headings, what the cycles, what are the headings are there mean? First one is called as the pre-erythrocytic cycle. Second is called as exoerythrocytic cycle. Next, third is called as prepatent period. Fourth is called as erythrocytic cycle. Next, fifth one, incubation period. Last, sixth one, the formation of gametocytes. Now only we discuss formation of gametocytes. Here, like this, these headings are there in the Plasmodium life cycle in man. First, put the heading, the pre-erythrocytic cycle, write about that one, draw the diagram. Next, the exoerythrocytic cycle. Next, what is the definition of the prepatent period? With what it is, the time interval between the entry of the first as a sporocyte, and the second entry is called as a prepatent period. Otherwise, the completion of the pre-erythrocytic cycle is called as a prepatent period. The duration is 8 days. Here, the pre-erythrocytic cycle is also 8 days. This one is also 8 days. Exoerythrocytic cycle duration is 2 days. Next, the erythrocytic cycle. What about the draw the diagram of the erythrocytic cycle, and the otherwise together to draw the 3 cycles. And write about the erythrocytic cycle, and the next is the incubation period. The incubation period means the time interval between the first entry of the Plasmodium in the form of the sporozoite and occur the symptoms, the appearance of the symptoms. That period we call the incubation period. That is the 10 to 14 days. Means what it is means the prepatent period is taking the 8 days, and the exoerythrocytic cycle is taking the 2 days, and the one more, the erythrocytic cycle is also taking the 2 days. Means sometimes it is the 12 days, or the 14 means between the 10 to 14 days it will be occur. Means sometimes only directly the 8 days prepatent period cryptozoites are enter into the erythrocytic cycle. That time only 10 days now. That's why 10 days maybe 12 days or 14 days will occur. That we call as the incubation period. Then next last one is the formation of the gametocytes, the releasing after the erythrocytic cycle, merozoites are released that enter into the another one more RBC, and repeatedly that occur, the parasites are present inside of the RBC and form it as a gametocytes that we call as a formation of gametes. There are two types of gametes are formed. They are the male gametocytes and the female gametocytes. Male gametocytes are also called as a microgametocytes. Female gametocytes is called as a macrogametocytes. These are present inside of the blood of man. They're ready to reach the mosquito in the while the bite of the mosquito. Clear? This one is about the life cycle of the plasmodium in man. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about the mosquito phase, or also called as a RAS cycle. Here it is the erythrocytic cycle is called as a Golgi cycle. There in the mosquito, the sexual life cycle is there. That life cycle, the described by the RAS, that means RAS identified the who sits on the crop of the mosquito. That's why that life cycle is called as a RAS cycle. Tomorrow we are going, next class we are going to discuss about the RAS cycle. Same this time we will continue. Okay, this one. In this, the next the plasmodium RAS cycle is also there. The more the LAQs are there, here the Ascaris. The Wuchereria branchiopti also important, but it is not that much important. These four are thorough. This means first one is the Entamoeba histolytica. Second one is the plasmodium life cycle in man. The third one is called as a life cycle of plasmodium in mosquito, and the life cycle of Ascaris. Clear? This one. Mainly the malarial fever. Now the time is there. That's why I'm discussing about this one. Pathogenicity of the plasmodium. It causes the malaria fever. This is having the three stages are there. Cold stage, sweat stage, hot stage. Means the cold stage in this time, what will happen means after the erythrocytic cycle, the hemozyme is released. That is the effect of the hemozyme. The chills and fever will come. That we call as a cold stage. Here, next first the heat stage. First the heat stage or hot stage. In this time, what will happen means the chills and the fever will come. In the hot stage only, chills and fever will come. Fever, they are occurring the 104 degrees Fahrenheit. That is occur, that we call as a hot stage. And after the hot stage, the second stage is called a sweat stage. The sweat will be profuse in this stage. And after that, the body temperature becomes as a normal in temperature, that we call as a cold stage. What about the pathogenicity of the plasmodium means? The malaria, how it is occur means the three stages it will be occur. They are called as a heat or hot stage. Second one is called as a sweat stage, and third one is called as the cold stage. Clear? This one is about the pathogenicity. If the diagrams, the diagrams, you draw the diagrams. Together you draw, otherwise separate you can draw for this question. And okay, we will continue tomorrow same this time.